Taylor.
Welcome to
Much
Much
Ado
Ado
About
About Some Shit,
Sorry.
where every week Raimi tries to talk me into watching a garbage show by walking me through a season of a thing. So this week we are still on Selling Sunset.
We're gonna sell that sunset,
Gonna
baby.
sell the sunset. Season 3.
Yeah.
So, the heck is happening now?
Do you remember anything about last season?
There was drama. There were zebras. There was one zebra.
There was a zebra.
There was a zebra.
Yeah.
There was a wedding and a engagement and stuff.
Yep. So thankfully there's nobody that I have to introduce you to.
'Kay,
So I just figured I would throw in some fun pictures.
cool. And to those listening,
We're gonna have the pictures on our Instagram, Much Ado Some Shit.
and they will flash up on the screen for
Yes.
the YouTube version of our podcast, At Much Ado About Some Shit,
On the YouTube.
on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we got Amanda, we got Davina,
Blartney.
Blartney, we got Chriselle,
Mhm.
Mary, Christine, and Heather. And here's a little snippet of like a promo picture. And then we're gonna see Christine get married this season.
I am so annoyed that I love her aesthetic so much.
Yeah.
Like, she sucks. Why does she have to have the coolest aesthetic?
Right? I know.
God damn it. I want it.
Then here's our full cast. The one thing I will say about this, we're really not going to talk about Romaine a whole lot this season.
Yeah.
And then Brett and Jason, I made a non-educated guess as to which one I labeled this time. So.
Fair enough. One of them is one of them.
Yep.
You had a
exactly.
50-50 shot.
Exactly.
Yep,
So
it gets
either
the
I'm
point
right or
across.
I'm wrong, which
know,
is
you
the
shoulda just-
choices.
You should have labeled them Michael and Michael.
Oh, fuck.
Because then, who could argue?
Exactly. Oh, my God. Okay.
All right. What we doing?
So, last season, we ended at Mary's wedding.
Correct.
After-
Mary and Lettuce Man got married.
Yes. At that wedding, there was some discussion being had between Maya, Heather, Chriselle, and Christine.
Mm-hmm. About the non-bachelorette party
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't get invited to. 'cause
Exactly.
It wasn't a thing.
Mm-hmm. Which Amanda went over and broke up and was like,
Yeah.
we can talk about this and
Just
your
not
feelings
at
are
the
valid.
fucking
just not
wedding.
here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Another thing that had happened was Heather had a broker's open
Right.
where a bunch of shit about that went down.
Right.
Yeah. And Christine said that Mary was acting like an idiot.
Right. Yeah, she's quite flattering
Mm-hmm.
in her descriptions of people.
Mm-hmm. So Amanda told Mary about Christine's comments, and Mary is like, that's not very nice.
No, correct. That is not, in fact, very nice.
Yeah, but Christine has a birthday party that everybody's invited to. Yeah.
Well, it's tough because they work together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how much do you do to keep the peace?
Right? They work together, but they also don't do themselves any favors because they're like, we're like a family. We're all
Ooh.
friends.
That is, okay. Any business that says we're like a family, immediate red flag.
right. Yeah.
Immediate fucking red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So at Christine's birthday party, she decides to bring up this issue.
Of course she does.
Yeah. She's like, why are you mad at me? And Mary's like, you said you called me a fucking idiot.
yeah.
And
No, I said you were acting like
an idiot.
I lean very heavily on semantics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And someone's like, yeah, that's not very nice. Like, you shouldn't say that about a friend.
No.
And Christine goes, I can say whatever I want about my friends.
I mean, you can, but don't expect there to be no consequences.
Right, exactly. Don't expect to have friends after that.
Right? It's just like whenever people cite freedom of speech when they're being an absolute dickbag. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, you can say it. That doesn't mean there won't be social repercussions for saying it.
Right, yeah.
Like, you just won't get arrested.
Exactly.
That's what that means. That doesn't mean that people won't react accordingly to you being an absolute dickbag.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Okay.
So now Mary and Christine are at odds once again.
Yeah, I think Mary should just moonwalk out of that relationship.
Right.
I think Chriselle has the right idea. Like, I'm going to keep a distance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Amanza is chronically late, which I feel that. And it's frustrating Jason.
Yeah, in an employment setting, it's not cool.
Yeah. I will say she has a good reason. So I don't know if we talked about this last season, but she's a single mother.
Right.
And during season 3 and kind of a little bit of season 2, she's dealing with her baby daddy just like can't be found.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good reason to a point.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it's your job.
Yeah.
Like, at a certain point, you have to make the necessary adjustments to get there.
Well, and I think she is, but it's a process.
Okay.
Because she's also at a point during the season she can't go to look at this art for a staging for a house.
Okay.
Because they sell houses.
Yeah. They do that here. Yeah.
She can't make it because she has to go to court to get full custody of her kids.
Okay. Yeah, that's having to go to court for your kids is one thing. But also being late every morning is not. She's not going to court every morning. No, I mean, like, this is her job. Like,
right.
You know, you're not a half hour late to your job every day, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So this is, it's different when it's your employer.
Yeah. She needs to
figure something out.
Yeah, she needs to get it together.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of leniency for her.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard being a single mom, but I also know there are single moms out there who would take issue with her using that as an excuse.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I get it to a point.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. She's got to work on that. Yeah. It's not professional.
Totally. Yeah, but that's what Amanda's going through right now.
Okay, fair enough. I hope she gets it all sorted.
We'll get there.
Okay.
So Davina, remember how she had a $75 million house she had to sell?
Right.
There was a clause that they made basically. They were like, we're only going to spend 3 months on this house.
Okay.
And if it doesn't sell in that amount of time, then we're canceling the listing.
Sure.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's coming to a close. That tiny window is coming to a close. So Davina decides to bring Christine on for help.
Okay. Interesting choice.
Right. Well, Christine knows a lot of very wealthy people.
Sure.
And
they do both suck, so.
Yeah. And her fiance is, like, big in the tech world, knows a lot of, you know, people.
Sure. Yeah.
So they're trying to find a buyer for this house. I think part of it, too, is Christine is trying to show him that there needs to be more wiggle room on this price.
Mm-hmm.
But Christine makes Davina look bad.
Gee, what a shock.
Right?
That's her thing.
Right. Christine shows her fiance the house to, like, you know, show him the house, see if there's anybody that he has in mind for the house, that sort of a thing. And, like, to run the numbers to make sure it makes sense. But Davina ends up going to the owner's house and have a meeting with him. And he's like, well, how did the open house with Christine go? And Davina's like, I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Christine did not tell Davina that she was showing the house.
Okay, yep, that tracks.
They have a meeting, Davina and Christine, and they're like, this isn't working. Like, you should have sent me a text. You could have called me, like, anything.
Literally told me anything.
Yeah, just to let me know that, like, you showed the house.
Yeah.
And Christine's like, I had Christian in the car. Like, I only have a small window of, like, when I can.
So when you're in there with him, because he's in the car, just be like, showing the house real quick, like, 2-second text.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, that shitty-ass excuse. What the fuck?
Right, yeah. It's bad.
Yeah.
So then Davina is like, I don't need your help then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna fucking do this shit. I don't know why anybody brings Christine on anything. Her whole thing is trying to make other people look bad.
Right, yeah.
That's literally all she does. I don't know if she thinks it makes her look good by comparison or what deep psychological damage there is there, but holy shit.
Good Good question, dude.
So annoyed that she's the most attractive person in this picture.
Right, I know.
Ugh.
I mean, they're all pretty.
Attractive. She's over there in her bright ass red lipstick and her awesome clothes, and I'm annoyed.
Right, yeah.
I hate when I like the aesthetic of people I hate.
Yeah, I understand. Justin puts Heather and Amanda on a project. They're both kind of worried about this because, they don't have a great track record of...
Yeah, they're having a rough time.
Yeah, so... yeah, let's hope that goes well, baby.
What project is it?
So, the Oppenheim group is starting kind of a new service with their shit. So, they take on a listing, they front the money for renovations.
Okay.
So that they can get the house sold quicker, basically.
Sure.
So Heather and Amanda are basically overseeing this project. They're making sure that the floors get redone. They're also staging the house. So they're doing, the furniture and the artwork in it and all of that. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And then somehow with this service, too, they, negotiate it with the buyers and the seller and fucking get everything paid for. So they get their money back for it, basically.
Okay.
So.
Well, good luck to them.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something we circle back to?
Yes,
later?
it is.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I mean, as long as they're both professional, it's fine.
Right.
They don't have to fully get along. As long
right.
as they can fucking stow that for a minute.
Right, yeah. No, they do a pretty good job of it. This is during the time that Amanda has to go to court for her kids.
Sure.
So Heather has to go and pick out the art.
Okay.
Heather knows absolutely nothing about what the furniture and the staging looks like. Ooh. So she has to pick art kind of blindly.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah. So
I guess in that case I'd probably stick to black and whites.
Right, yeah. She goes full on
or not.
Hot pink.
Okay, you know what? Go big or go home.
Right, yeah. It ends up working out really well. It actually looks really nice. All of the furniture and everything is very subdued, and then the art is the focal point of the room.
Okay, yeah. So black and white probably would not have been correct.
Yeah, maybe not.
Would have been boring. It would have worked, but it would have been boring.
Totally. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it ends up working out pretty well.
All right, neat. Well, she probably has some knowledge about how houses are usually staged.
Oh, yeah.
So that probably gave her context.
Yeah,
cool.
Exactly.
Or else she actually knew, and they're just pretending she didn't for the show.
Totally. Yeah.
Fun.
Rochelle organizes a open house / charity event.
Nice.
So she wants to have this open house to try to get the house sold, but at it she wants to have silent auction items.
Sure.
To help a specific charity.
So
she's organizing that. She asks Jason to not really help, but if there's any strings that he can pull to kind of get some auction items. Show up and just kind of host, smile, talk, mingle, that type of thing.
Sure.
And then also, Davina and Jason have a heated discussion about the $75 million house. Jason is that's coming to an end. What are we...
What's it looking like?
Yeah. Davina is, pissed because nobody knows about the house.
Quote, unquote.
Yeah. There's articles about the house. In fucking everything. People know about
People
this
know
house.
about it. Nobody wants the house.
Exactly. Nobody wants the house for $75 million.
Yeah.
And... I don't understand anything. They kind of run the math on it, and it's basically they break it down to how many dollars is per square foot, basically. Sure. And it's a lot per square foot. That's kind of unusual. I mean, it's a nice big great grand house. There's 10 bedrooms with even more bathrooms in it.
Yep.
There's a guest house that has bathrooms and bedrooms in it. There's this huge swimming pool. It's all renovated. It's all, new updated shit. But not everybody is going to buy a $75 million house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's a small pool.
So, yeah, that's fun.
Well, yeah. That was a losing battle.
Right, basically. Well, and Jason is you guys aren't valuing your time. I have to be the one to be hey, you need to value your time. You've spent too much time on this.
Yep.
Stop it.
Yep, because she'll end up losing in the long run.
Exactly. Which I've been on Davina's end, and it sucks when it's brought up poorly, which I do think Jason kind of does.
Yeah.
But they do have a discussion, and things get worked out. So, like, it's okay in the long run, but, like, Jason should change his delivery on
yeah, I mean, there's
how he says things.
Definitely different managerial tactics.
Okay, so Maya, Christine, and Heather kind of all commiserate over Jason's favoritism towards Mary.
Right, because they used to date.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
they're like,
weird.
oh, they dated. Like, that's why Mary gets so many listings. Like,
not necessarily.
Right?
But could be. But
yeah,
I don't have any context, so don't know.
Yeah.
But
it was kind of discussed. So when Davina and Jason were talking about the $75 million house, they were having this like little party get together. Everybody was there. So Jason and Davina are talking about things, and Christine, Chriselle, Heather, Maya, and Amanda are all like, yeah, you kind of favor Mary.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
And Mary is like, I have to defend Jason here. And they're like, of course you do.
Of course you do, yeah.
Like, you're getting listings from him.
Yeah, that's probably not great.
Yeah. The optics just aren't good.
Yeah. You gotta be careful when you've dated someone you're now working with.
Right, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Mary is like, we've known each other for 15 years. We dated for maybe a year of that. Like, people need to calm down.
Okay.
That's
fair, too.
It's still just like...
But even, like, if it's not about them dating, it's about, like, them being friends for 15 years. Like,
right, it's not...
That's still some favoritism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Not everything has to be about romantic feelings.
Right, yeah. Christine is like... Well, Maya is kind of... She's pregnant again.
Okay.
This will be baby number 2.
Second baby.
And she's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I want to stay in LA.
Right.
My family's in Miami.
Her whole family?
I don't know if it's her whole family, but I don't know. It's weird.
Is she just like chilling with the baby alone in California?
I don't know. It's very confusing because at one time too, she's like, yeah, I'm going to be like a little later in this episode, we're going to talk about, she's like, yeah, I'm going to have to go back to Miami soon to have my baby. So she's giving birth in Miami.
Okay.
And her husband's in Miami.
So is the first baby in Miami?
I have no idea. Because we don't see the baby this season.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the baby has to live somewhere.
Right.
One of the parents, and it would be hard for either parent, presumably, to be away from their new baby for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Yeah, having kids with someone who lives on the other side of the continent. We talk about other side of the country. The country spans a fucking continent.
Yeah. Yep.
Is wide, is far, is hours and hours away.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, that's really hard.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I thought about maybe getting my broker's license in Miami and, like, maybe opening an Oppenheim group there.
Sure.
And Christine is like, why would you do that? Just fucking work for yourself.
Why don't you go work for yourself, Christine?
Right?
We'd all like to see you go.
Right? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I understand.
God. Because having like a partnership,
or a group,
or anything to give you some security, existing listings, existing contacts, not having to fund everything yourself.
Exactly.
When you have a couple new babies,
a couple new babies, and this will be something new for Maya.
Yeah.
She is not a broker at the moment.
Yeah. So some fucking support.
Yeah. Taking that on is a lot. So.
I don't know, Christine, do you want it alphabetically or chronologically? What do you want?
Right. Yeah. And Maya's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay.
And yeah, they're just shitting on Jason for favoritism towards Mary.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah.
Should probably have Brett work with Mary rather than Michael.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's very interesting. It seems like I think Jason is a broker and a realtor.
Okay.
And he kind of does most of the listings. I think Brett is mostly marketing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's fair. It just feels like the more subjective twin should be the one dealing with Mary.
Right, yeah. Seriously.
But
they have a dog together.
Jesus
Christ. That Mary brings into the office every fucking day. Yeah. It's wild. Anyway.
Alright.
Speaking of Mary.
Yep.
Mary and Romaine.
Yep.
For 2 whole seconds. Talk about either freezing eggs or embryos.
You can freeze an embryo?
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
Yeah, you can. They put them in a test tube, they make the embryo, and then they freeze that.
Oh.
So then they have that embryo so that if they decide, okay, we're ready, and maybe, something happens, Mary isn't as fertile as she was then, They can say, okay, let's put that embryo in a surrogate. So even though it's a surrogate,
it's still their baby.
Yeah, it's still their genetic material.
Yeah, their clump of cells.
Yeah, so.
Wild. I'm learning.
Yeah.
This is an educational podcast.
Uh-huh. Education.
With the more you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, that gets talked about.
Cool.
So, episode 5.
Oh.
Heather accompanies Christine to trying on wedding dresses.
Okay.
She picks black dresses.
Yeah.
But she has to try them on while they're white.
Okay.
Which I just feel would be really difficult.
That would be hard because it looks so different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like the way the light hits it, the way it looks on your person.
Exactly.
Like, God, the difference between wearing white pants and black pants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wearing white on Christine, if you put her in a solid white, it would wash her out so much.
Oh, absolutely.
She'd need some type of ivory or a blush.
Yep.
So that it's not just a slate.
So she's not a ghost.
Yeah. So I feel like this would be really difficult.
Yeah. God, yeah. Because, black would be much more flattering on her.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So trying to process the different fits and styles in a non-flattering color on you.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Anyway, in this little scene, Chriselle's charity event is coming up.
Sure.
And Heather is like, are you going to go to that, Christine? And Christine says, going to work is charity to be around these bitches.
Yeah, that sounds like something she'd say. I think the charity event will be better without her there.
Yeah.
So, yay, she's not going.
Unfortunately, she will be going.
God damn it.
So,
I love when she stays away from things.
but then
I will pay you to shut up.
Right? Oh man. So that's fun. Cool. Also at one point they're like, Christine is like, why can't they just like be nice to each other to my face and then like talk shit behind my back? And Heather is like, well, I don't do that. And then she's like, wait, I guess that's what we're doing right now.
Ew.
Yeah.
God. Okay, everybody talks. Everybody talks.
Yeah.
Just, there's very much different levels.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes you just need to vent some frustrations for a minute, and then it's like, but I still love this idiot.
Right, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
It's very different from talking shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the difference between, like, just venting valid frustrations about people you love so you can let them go, and deliberately, like, making up malicious things.
Right, yeah.
Or saying things just to be mean.
Right, yeah.
Rather than, like...
Their anger towards Jason for favoriting Mary is understandable.
Yeah.
And justified.
Yeah.
They don't do this a lot, but they're, like, shitting on him for never being in a relationship and how short he is. Like,
yeah, see, that's just being mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, having valid frustrations is one thing, and then there's just being a bitch.
Right, yeah.
And frankly, if somebody does that about everyone they know, they're doing that about you too.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
which is why it's very interesting to me that Heather is like, well, I don't do that, and then laughs about it.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, you guys are doing that with, like, Mary and Christine and everybody right now.
Yeah.
Or Chriselle right now. I want to know why in Heather's mind she's like, oh, are they doing this about me?
Right? Yeah. It's a very insecure thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to be... Because one thing I learned in my late teens was you become much less judgmental when you stop judging people. And so, like, this wild insecurity, like, they're just talking constant shit about people, and they obviously assume other people are doing the same thing.
Right, yeah.
It's like, actually, most people don't do that.
Yeah, no.
This is toxic ass shit.
Right, yeah.
You're never going to be comfortable with other people or with yourself until you stop doing that.
Right, yeah.
Whew. Anyway, Armchair Psychology Taylor is out today.
Hell yeah. All right.
Anyway, stop her before she kills again.
Anyway. Mary and Christine sit down to talk about their friendship.
Yep.
Christine is like, I think that Amanza is driving a wedge in our friendship because she's like a bodyguard. Like, I can't talk to you before, like, going through Amanza. And Mary is like, you know, I don't speak up a whole lot, and Amanza speaks up way more than I do.
Uh-huh.
So she feels very protective of me.
Uh-huh.
And also, Mary has known Amanza way longer than she's known Christine at this point.
Yeah.
So.
And Christine sucks.
Yeah.
So, of course, Amanza's, like, naturally protective.
Right, yeah.
That absolutely makes sense. I'd be the same way.
Right.
And I'm not somebody who speaks up a whole bunch, but when somebody fucks with my friends, no.
No,
nope,
I feel that.
I get real protective.
Yep. I'm way more likely to speak up for somebody else than I am for myself.
I think that's pretty common.
Yeah.
I think one thing I've started trying to do as I get older is how would I feel if somebody said this about one of my friends? And that, you know, makes me better about sticking up for myself.
Totally, yeah.
But, yeah, I'm the same way, and I think a lot of people are. You don't like people fucking with your friends.
Exactly, yeah. I have started to think about it as, like, I would do this for somebody else. Why am I not doing it for myself?
Exactly.
Right now?
Yeah, you have to start taking that into perspective at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
But good. I'm fucking glad Amanda's playing offense here.
Right.
Like, keep Christine away from everyone.
Yeah.
Can we pay her to stay home?
If only. She has a very high price now.
Ugh.
So, Mary and Christine say that they'll start over. Before we go to Chriselle's open house, Mary tells Amanza about Christine, the talk she had with Christine, and how Christine thinks that she's driving a wedge between them. Amanza takes this kind of personally.
Yeah, driving a wedge is a very, like, exaggerated way to put it, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely.
The classic Christine, just bullshit.
Right, yeah.
Frankly.
Well, and it's like, okay, there are three people. You can have three people in a friendship.
Yeah.
It, like...
yeah. She's just friends with someone else. That doesn't mean it's a wedge.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not an attack on you.
Right, yeah.
She's just over there existing with somebody else. Friends let friends have other friends.
Exactly.
God damn
you can be friends with my best friend. Whom I live with and I'm married.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
You guys have been friends longer than you and I have been friends.
Yeah. So you're driving a wedge between
us.
God. Oh, God.
Like, yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
So, but Amanza, I love Amanza. Christine shows up to the charity event. And Amanza is like, oh, what kind of cheese is this? Would you call this like a wedge of cheese? Christine, is this a wedge of cheese?
Christine, you're the one who can identify wedges.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I kind of love it.
That's
Christine
so petty.
Is like,
hilarious.
I'm over Amanza's bullshit. Like, I don't play games like this. coming from the chess master herself.
God damn. Yeah, she doesn't like that somebody else
can play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody else, she feels like she could just steamroll her over.
Oh, yeah.
And Amanda's like, nah.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like that.
Yeah.
And that's funny to me.
Right, yeah.
People who can dish it out but can't take it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%
Yep.
Christine. Christine pulls Amanda aside and is like, let's have a talk. And Amanda's like, okay, sure. Do you want to talk about wedges?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
They basically get nowhere.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I'm not surprised at that whatsoever.
Yeah.
You have to be coming from like a similar place of intent to get anywhere.
Right, yeah.
They are not.
No, not at all. I don't even think Christine really had a good intention.
No,
going
I
into
think
it.
her intention was she wanted to be the bigger bitch.
Yeah, basically.
Like, she wanted to get Amanda to drop her guard a little bit so she could get the upper hand again.
Basically. Christine is like, I just find that you like snub me, and it's kind of...
Yeah, because you suck.
Right, it's not very nice behavior, and I just don't
not very nice.
understand.
Because you're
and
not
Amanda
very nice.
is like, okay, well, how about I'll be less snubby, and you be nicer.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, cool. And then Amanda walks away and is like, good talking to you and whatnot. And Christine is like, yeah, good annoying conversation.
Yep.
And walks over to Heather and Davina, I'm pretty sure. And Christine says, my IQ was going down being in that situation.
Yep. Nope. She just wanted Amanda to be nicer so that she could be meaner.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. She wanted the other person to stop doling it out.
Right, yeah. It's
amazing.
Yeah. And Christine just says some of the weirdest shit.
She is weird.
Yeah.
She's a weird person. Like,
yeah.
We don't... people who are hot aren't often called weird.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, she says weird things. It's because she's weird and she's socially awkward.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
People don't realize it immediately because she's hot.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's like social perceptions of you are changed when you're hot. Like, somebody who's not conventionally attractive and is shy is just shy. But if somebody who is conventionally attractive is shy, they're a bitch.
They're either a bitch or like hot and aloof.
Yeah, it's like, bitch, she just doesn't want to talk to anybody because she's shy. Right. Fuck off. Well, and this is the same thing. Christine's just a weird person.
Yeah.
She does not know how to conduct herself.
Seriously. Earlier in this season, she had an open house that was a co-listing with a completely different realtor from a different group.
Okay. How'd that go?
I don't know why the fuck this happened.
Yeah. Who would work with her?
Right. They had an open house. And Christine's like showing her different ideas. And she comes up with burgers and Botox.
What?
Yeah. So they have injectors come and do Botox. And then they have In-N-Out cater.
Okay.
And it's burgers and Botox.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's unique.
Yeah. It's something.
I don't know if I'd want those things mixed.
Right. The other realtor is like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
And
just because it's alliteration doesn't mean it's a winner.
Exactly. But Christine is like, this is great. Who wouldn't want to live in the Botox house?
What?
And the other realtor is like, I wouldn't
really
want to be in the Botox house. So there's that.
Yeah.
They do the burgers and Botox. And they show up and they're like, we thought this would be really casual. And Christine is like, how is this not casual? There's burgers and there's Botox. I didn't do any zebras. I didn't do any peacocks. There's no fire dancers. Like,
oh my God.
Girl. It's wild.
What planet are you from?
For real.
No
so that's
zebras.
fun.
That was the mistake.
Exactly. They should have had a zebra.
Yeah.
Chriselle's charity event goes really well.
Okay, that's good.
And then the next day, everybody's at work at the office except Chriselle. Christine gets a fucking Google alert from TMZ because that's how obsessed she is with Chriselle.
Oh, cool.
Chriselle's husband has filed for divorce.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
And Christine's the first to know.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Right. Yeah, after it gets broken to TMZ.
Uh-huh.
It's weird and sad.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, she was fine at the charity event. Like, what happened?
Well, I mean, maybe that's why. She was fine, so maybe it's just the natural end of the relationship.
Maybe.
You know, not everything has to be big and bombastic.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes it just happens.
Right. Mary goes to comfort Chriselle
Yeah.
at a certain point, asks a bunch of questions about it because Chriselle is maintaining that this completely blindsided her. She had no idea that this was going to happen.
Oh.
She found out that he filed for divorce when everybody else found out that he filed for divorce.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, well then maybe he's a shitty human.
Yeah.
If he
maybe
told TMZ before his wife.
Right? Yeah, it's weird. Well, and divorce papers can be somehow can be public record, it seems like.
It is public record, like you see marriages and divorces published in newspapers and things. But yeah, I do wonder a little bit if maybe there was a little bit of denial there.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't know what happens behind closed doors or whatever, but yeah, all I can do is speculate.
Right, yeah. Everyone's like, well, we didn't know him.
Sure.
Christine and Davina basically don't believe that she was blindsided. They were like, you had to have known. Like, divorce doesn't just happen.
We don't know.
But it can.
It can.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Exactly. Maya is there, and she's like, well, we don't know, and we know Chriselle, and she's our coworker, so we should be supportive.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I even wondered, if maybe there was something, but I'm not going to follow through on that thought. It's like that, whether there were signs or not, she's still blindsided.
Right, yeah.
So,
exactly.
like,
and
that sucks for her.
Maybe she didn't pick up on.
Exactly. There could be a million things, but regardless, this is how she feels about it. So that's valid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Heather and Amanda, their little project.
Oh yeah.
Their concierge and all of that pays off.
Hey.
They sell the house like the day it goes on the market, basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, teamwork.
That's great for them.
Teamwork, dreamwork, etc.
Yeah. Amanda also sells her other listing that she has. So it's a big ol' win for Amanda.
Nice.
These next couple days.
So just to make sure we bookend the Davina thing, what happened with that multi-million mansion?
So nothing comes of it this season.
Okay. So do we know if it's still on the market or?
I don't know as of right now.
Sure.
I know by the time, like, in the season 3 timeline of Selling Sunset, it is still on the market.
Sure.
Whether or not it's being listed by the Oppenheim Group, I don't think so.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then Chriselle takes time off from work and goes home to St. Louis to spend time with her family.
Yeah, that's fair. Go recuperate.
Right, yeah. She's had to move out of the house that they recently bought together.
Oh, God.
Yeah. She had to basically get a rental. She had to, like, furnish some of that rental.
Yeah.
Like,
she's in a really rough spot right now.
She
I feel
is,
for her. Yeah. I'm still just thinking about Maya, too. Like, having a family on the other side of the continent.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
How do you even...
So the team has a dinner together without Chriselle because she's in St. Louis.
Right.
Christine and Davina are like, I mean, did it really blindside her though?
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Mary, doesn't matter. She's hurting. Shut up.
Right.
She's getting fixated on semantics again. Jesus.
Mary and Amanda are like, it doesn't matter what his side of the story is.
Right.
We have her side of the story. She works with us. She's family.
Oh, God.
So
little
we
intense,
support her.
But they've got the spirit. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Christine is like seen rolling her eyes at this.
Yeah.
It's yikes, honestly.
Yeah.
It is not very women supporting women.
No, she's not one of those.
Yeah,
no.
Chriselle does end up coming back, obviously. She has to come back and work.
Oh, yeah. Just a little reprieve.
Yeah.
I'm glad she got that.
Just kind of helped kind of get some perspective.
Oh, yeah.
She also, we see a dinner of her with her sister's family, and she's like, it is so nice to not be the one being asked questions all the time. Like, they're not asking me about my husband, my ex-husband. They're asking me about, like, oh, what's the biggest house you've sold? Like,
yeah. Just regular supportive family questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
love it.
We have a little bit to talk about before we get to the big one.
Oh, boy.
Christine, Davina, and Heather are all, like, together. They're kind of helping Christine with some last-minute wedding things.
Sure.
And they piss off Heather because they are insinuating that Heather and Chriselle calls paparazzi to, like, spy on them.
What the fuck?
And shit. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
It's gross.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Christine has this idea of how things work, which I think is how a lot of people think paparazzi and, like, news articles and shit works.
Sure.
A publicist, yes, their job is to kind of get your name out there, get you interviews with things, but they're never really there to get you bad press.
Right.
Or they're there to, like, liaison things, kind of. But Christine thinks that they do it all, basically.
Okay. Yeah, that's not what a publicist is
right,
for.
Which I understand. And there are definitely some celebrities out there that they're like, yeah, I don't care what it is, just give it to me.
Yeah. All press is good press.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, but they work for you.
Yeah.
You can be like, yeah, no, I don't want that.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
it's fine.
They're your PR.
Exactly.
Basically. So,
yeah. So, yeah, Heather walks away. She's like, you guys are pissing me off. You don't understand how this works.
Yeah.
I'm not calling paparazzi. Like, you have to understand, like, the situation I'm in.
Yeah.
Because apparently her boyfriend was in, like, so he was one of the hosts of Flip or Flop.
Okay.
Like a house flipping show.
Yeah.
With his wife. They had a very public divorce.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, that's her boyfriend.
Oh.
So, yeah, she walks away. But she's like, yeah, I'm still going to Christine's wedding. I love love and I love weddings. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maya asks Jason about maybe opening an Oppenheim group in Miami.
Cool.
Since she kind of wants to be over there with her husband.
Yeah, it makes
especially
sense.
about to have 2 children with him.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Plus you can't fly during your 3rd trimester, so she's got to leave, fairly soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's like, Miami is not my first choice. I would rather New York.
I mean, yeah. Anybody would choose anything over Florida, but
right. Well, and also he's like, I don't have as many contacts in Miami.
Fair.
Is my other thing.
Fair.
Most of our contacts are going between LA and New York.
Yeah, that is the more common.
Yeah. So
but it's not,
totally.
Miami's still a big city.
Oh yeah, totally. Well,
people
and
still go there. Shout out to all our people in Florida who are actually cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for you.
Yes. Thank you for being cool in a sea of yikes.
Yeah.
But also, like, a lot of New York people fly to Miami a lot, it seems like.
Yeah,
it's the closest
go to the
coast.
beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Technically the closest coast, but
I know closest warm.
The closest, like, tropical vacation destination.
It's easier to fly from New York to Florida than New York to California.
Yeah.
So, he's like, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
So, TBD next season?
Yeah.
Wow, these really are short seasons.
They are.
Like,
honestly,
she's still pregnant. She was pregnant last season.
Right? I love Selling Sunset.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people's issues with reality TV like this is that, like, rich people porn, like, it's, just looking at, fantastic, like, super expensive shit.
Yeah. Things we will never, ever, 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 ever be able to afford.
Exactly. Which I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Selling Sunset is one of the biggest offenders to me.
Sure.
Because there's so much. Like, I was writing my recap of all of these, and I was scrubbing through my Netflix trying to, like, get to the meat. Because there's times I cut out a whole section of they go to this house. They call it the Versace House because everything in it is fucking Versace.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the dishes, the tablecloths, everything is Versace. And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah. There's certain things that I absolutely love. Like,
sure.
There's a point in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This lady has basically a spa in her house.
Yeah.
And I love that, being in the beauty industry.
Sure.
But, oh my God, when it's like rich people porn, drama. Rich people porn, drama. Rich people porn.
Yeah.
And like most of the episode is rich people porn. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Yeah. I'm not super interested in that kind of thing because it's just like, this is not something that's ever going to be at all attainable for me or anyone I know.
I feel that.
Like, I'm not interested.
Right, yeah.
Like, because people live like this is why the middle class is shrinking.
Right, yeah.
Like, this is why capitalism is failing.
Like, yeah.
I have a lot of feelings about capitalism.
I'm the same way.
Oh yeah. But I can't, like, disconnect for these kinds of shows. It just makes me mad.
Right. This is the type of show, and why I like these type of shows, is that I can watch this show, and I can style a wig. I can futz around in my journal. Yeah. I can just, like,
do other things.
Lay down with my dogs and eat Oreos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of my issue with these shows. But there are certain points that I love, and there are definitely certain people that I love. Heather is not in the best light this season.
No.
But I like Heather quite a bit.
Okay.
I like Chriselle quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm fine with most of them.
Real Housewives of Atlanta, Candy. Holy shit. I love Candy.
Cool.
Candy would be one of my passes. My celebrity passes. Yeah, I'll take that, sugar mama. She's hot. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, the drama's interesting.
Yes. So now we have to talk about Christine's wedding.
Right. That happens.
The big question is if Chriselle is going to go.
Okay.
Because
yeah, she didn't go to the bachelor or the engagement party.
She didn't go to the engagement party. Well, the big thing right now is that she just got dumped very publicly.
Also that. Yeah.
And going to a wedding sounds like a lot.
It's a little rough.
Yeah. Also with this wedding, so Christine is wearing a black dress.
Right.
So the attire for the guests is white.
That's kind of hilarious.
Right. At a certain point in the show, Chriselle is like, well, I could just wear my wedding dress. And everybody's like, they don't know whether or not to laugh along.
Is this the start of a breakdown?
Right? Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I've laughed nervously like that before.
Yeah.
Like, is this a cry for help?
Yeah. It happens to us all.
You know, we all make those jokes sometimes where it's like, I'm not okay.
Right, yeah. So.
Okay.
Chriselle does end up going.
Okay.
It's the most over-the-top fucking wedding.
I believe it.
There are swans.
Yeah.
There are... Christine walks down the aisle and snow starts falling.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. There's also smoke everywhere. All of the drinks are all smoky.
Oh, Jesus.
It's so much.
Yeah.
And I love too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's kind of hilarious. Like, if...
It's airing on camp.
Yeah.
Too much, honestly.
If I liked Christine, I would be so down for all of this.
Right.
I love when people go big, but I don't like her, so I'm like,
Yeah. There's that, but it's also, it's airing on camp, and while I hate shitting on people's weddings, it's...
We're gonna power through.
Almost tacky to do a camp wedding. Sorry. I love camp, but...
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's her thing.
Yeah.
She's over the top.
I don't like Christine. So
I don't like her as a person.
All
so,
day.
You know, but
all
yeah,
day
if
forever.
that's the wedding she wanted, good for her.
Right, yeah. So.
I would absolutely be down for all of this if I liked her.
Fair. Yeah. Oh, same.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, everybody's sitting together. Davina, Chriselle, Mary, Heather, Romaine is there, Maya, Amanda. And Heather apologizes to Chriselle. So earlier in the episode, Heather had an interview with like People magazine with her boyfriend Tarek.
Okay.
And they very quickly asked like, "How are you supporting Chriselle?"
Okay.
And Heather was really thrown off by the question. So, because it's supposed to be about her and Tarek.
Right. Yeah.
And she was just like, you know, I'm supporting her the best that I can. We're, you know,
sure,
surrounding her and, you know, just doing what we can to help her.
Yeah.
But Chriselle is like, or Heather apologizes to Chriselle for even kind of commenting anything beyond "I have no comment."
Yeah.
She was just super caught off guard.
Yeah, that's fair. And it doesn't sound like she handled it poorly either. It's
yeah.
just like, I'd probably fumble the same way and then go, should have said no comment later.
And Heather did, so they do this interview. Heather texts Chriselle really quick and is like, "Hey, this person asked me about you. I didn't say this. I said that we were supporting you. You know, just give her a heads up."
Yeah.
So
that's nice.
Yeah. And you kind of have to also realize anybody that's around Chriselle at this time, they're trying to get comments from.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the same time, you can only say so much, especially Chriselle.
Yeah.
Because if she says something that could land her in trouble.
Yeah,
in the divorce.
they're in a legal proceeding now.
Exactly.
You have to be cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can only legally say so much.
Exactly.
So, Davina decides that now is the time to bring up that there's two sides to every story.
Blartney.
Blartney, what is you doing?
Blartney, why?
Yeah. Mary is defending Chriselle. Mary is like, we don't know his side. We know Chriselle's side.
Yeah.
She's in our group.
It doesn't matter
what
her. His side is. We don't even know him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 Like,
she needs support here.
Yeah. Everybody at this discussion is like, why the fuck is Davina, like, trying to defend him? She's never even met him.
Yeah, what the fuck? So, like, why? What does it even matter to you?
It's so weird.
Like, yeah, it matters to them, but that's not relevant to, like, the workplace support of your coworker.
Right, yeah.
Like, damn.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So then Davina asks Chriselle, she's like, "Chriselle, Justin has a side, right?" Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Blartney, fuck off.
So weird.
Yeah.
We have a little, like, confessional from Chriselle and where she, you know, talks about how legally she cannot say anything about certain things right now. So instead of answering, she gets up and leaves.
Sure.
She's like, "I can't talk about this, so bye-bye." And Mary is like, "Look what you did, Davina."
Yeah, Jesus.
Like, we just need to support her.
This is why you weren't invited to the fucking wedding.
Exactly. And Davina says, "I don't think she wants our support."
Maybe not yours.
Right? Yeah. Maybe not how you support things.
Yeah, I don't think you know what support means.
Yeah. It's so fucking weird, dude.
Ugh.
Davina also says, well, maybe Mary shouldn't have brought it up.
What?
Because Mary was like, you know.
It's like, how are you doing or something? Like
something like that. She was basically just like, you know, we support you. We're really happy that you made it today.
Yeah,
like,
so she's just being
supportive fucking friend.
Supportive fucking friend. And Davina's like, time to strike.
Exactly.
What's wrong with you?
She goes, "Oh, look, a pot being made. Let me take my spoon."
Yep. Jesus.
Like, yeah, that's basically what it is.
All right.
So, yeah. Chriselle says that she's writing her side of the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's the season.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Interesting time for relationships.
Yep.
Very short season, considering Maya was pregnant at the start of the last one, and she still has not had the baby.
Yeah. I think what they're doing, they produce shorter shows.
Okay.
And they produce more of it.
Okay, fair enough.
So, because I mean, like, a lot of Too Hot to Handle and, like, their other shows are, like, 10 episodes or so.
Sure.
But there's the more reality-based competition shows are, like, event.
Sure.
Instead of event, rich porn. Event, rich porn.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. That's fair. Yeah, they're just kind of filling time.
A little bit.
The rich porn. All right. Well, I guess we will.
How do you feel about everybody?
I'm tired. I like Christine and Davina need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
I hope Maya is able to go do her thing so she can like have. God, it would
her
be
family.
So hard to be 1,000 miles from your husband or your partner and have 2 small kids.
For real.
Like,
Fuck
no matter
that.
which of you has who, what, whatever, it's all hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oof. So, well, and I feel sorry for Chriselle.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what a shit show.
It's hard out here.
It's hard out here, yep. Okay. Well, we'll be back with season 4 next week.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you can check us out on social media. Much Ado Some Shit or Much Ado About Some Shit. Just look for our logo. Shout out to our patron, Emma! Thanks, girl.
We love you.
Hope you're enjoying Selling Sunset.
Yeah. She is. I know she is.
Sweet.
She messaged me the other day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.